It's magical. It's really almost like you've gone into a movie set that is permanent. Wow, how lucky are we that we live in Bedford, New York?
When I've been away from Bedford for any length of time and I drive back into the village, I have this sense of peace and comfort. And the peace and comfort derives from looking at these beautiful old buildings and recognizing that while things in the world may change, a lot of the things that are important to us will always stay the same.
When you think of Bedford, you think of driving into that village green and seeing this sort of facade of these white, beautiful buildings and the shops and the liveliness and people walking around and actually being part of it. And the Bedford Historical Society, they have made sure that each and every one of those buildings has stayed functional, has stayed alive, has stayed beautiful, and we are responsible for doing that, for keeping those the way they are.
We live in a community that has such a sense of history and its place in history, and we have a responsibility to maintain these assets in a way that allows the next generations to actually enjoy them and to understand the world that was lived before them, and that they have a role to repair, replace, and rebuild this entire community, and not to do it in the image of what exists outside of this community, but of what was here for the last 150 years.
That this was really a revolutionary key spot. Bedford was in a neutral zone between the patriots, if you will, and the loyalists, and some families had some of each. The conflicts were ever present, and one of the major events was the British marching across Guard Hill from west to east and coming in here and basically just burning the whole town down. What we have here, a lot of the architecture is structures built after they were rebuilt after the fire. It gives you a certain character, if you will, that I think is very important.
I love every building around the Village Green, but I think my favorite is probably the smallest one, which is the schoolhouse. And it's because of the kids. And I think if you've ever sat in on a field trip of fourth graders who can go into that building and think about what it was like for their peers from 100 years ago to sit in there, it's real and it's tangible.
Daniel, you can put your forehead here and your nose here. Daniel.
All right.
And I think that next generation is so key to have them be excited and to have them appreciate it. And anytime we can get people in our buildings, that's the key. But kids are the most important, and because they're the future of it.
So imagine this whole area with horses and cows and pigs running around. They had fences. So excited that everyone is here tonight. We have over 400 people coming, and it's the most we could possibly hope for, and we're actually sold out. We can't accommodate anymore.
When you go and you attend some of the events that we put together, and you start to see the smiles, and our events are truly unique. Our events are truly educational. Our events are truly inspiring to this history of what is one of the most incredible towns.
I think it's amazing that they've been able to preserve all of these buildings and even have shops in them, and people can go in and view everything, and I think it's just a really great contribution.
Bedford Historical Society does a wonderful job of keeping Bedford, Bedford. And that's one of the reasons we love to live here.
I think there's a huge urgency to this work, and I think that can be the biggest challenge, because I think when preservation is done so well, people feel like they got this and it's going to be the same. And it is, but not without the support and help and commitment of the membership of the Historical Society.
It keeps Bedford, Bedford. When you go by Historical Hall, you go by the courthouse, you go by the store, and a lot of people don't even know that those are our buildings. And it continues to keep this gem where it needs to be.